There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and some people may be like, well, if it's that complicated, then the answer is no. And then some people are like, well, I'm a certified aromatherapist, or I know somebody that does, and they swear. Young Living and 17 cups of peppermint tea. What do those topics have to do with each other? Well, I'm going to cover that in today's Reddit post, and the purpose of this is to understand both sides of the coin, right? The anti-MLM side as well as the for MLM side, and whether you're on the fence or on either of those, you can kind of get some more perspective, right? And so without further ado, this is from the subreddit of the r anti-MLM community, and then boom. So link will be in the description. You can check that out. But I'm gonna read this off and then give a reasonable response. How about that? There we go. Okay. So this person says, I own a small apothecary and gift store that sells essential oils for aromatherapy. Okay, that's cool. I am highly against ingesting EOs and will let my customers know if asked. Well, I covered that in some other videos, so I'm not going to go into detail right now, but I will just say in short that it depends on the brand, the quality, if they're third-party tested, if you can verify those results with GCMS results. I know those are hard to read sometimes, but at the same time, quality brand and if there's supplement facts on it are going to be absolutely key. So that's, again, I have videos on it. You can search those, Lance, internal use of essential oils or something like that on YouTube. So, yeah, there we go. Okay. Then this person says, this of course means I've had my fair share of run-ins with Young Living and doTERRA brainwashed customers to which I try to stand my ground. I mean, putting the foot down on something. Okay, well, sometimes you just gotta agree to disagree with people, and it really shouldn't be about a tug of war of who's right or wrong. I mean, that's unreasonable because this is not a tennis match, right? This is not a football game. This is called a discussion around what you believe, okay? And if you believe you're against it, or then okay, let's hear out your argument or your topics or your points or whatever you call them, right? Or facts or opinions, whatever you got, let's hear it. And then the other side presents theirs. You can agree to disagree. I mean, that's the best outcome that can happen. Or you agree on some things and disagree on other things. I mean, really, that's the most reasonable approach you can have to something. So again, it's not just about doTERRA, Young Living, essential oils, internal, not MLM, anti-MLM. It's how we go about communicating dislike and disagreement that I think that is more important sometimes than just communicating that you don't like something, right? So it's not just the what you believe, but it's how you communicate it. All right, so and that skill set carries over to a lot of areas of life, health, business, relationships, and I think it's a very underrated and underutilized skill set because nobody teaches it in school. I mean, who teaches you how to debate with reason or to resolve conflict in a positive and healthy way? I mean, like nobody. You have to search that out, and nobody searches that out. Well, people do, but it's not popular. It's not sexy. It's just like, okay, Lance, whatever. So this person goes on to say, a couple of days ago, a Young Living guy came in while looking at my stock, started immediately spewing YL facts, and my friend's child's anecdote. How YL has so many books that explain everything, and of course, all the reasons why YL is superior in every way. I half listen and half try to gauge if it's worth getting into, but mainly just politely nod. Okay. Pointing to my selection, he asks, can you ingest any of these oils? I tell him, no. I don't ever recommend that essential oils are ingested because they are highly concentrated, volatile plant oils best used for scent purposes. I guess you told him. Okay. He goes on commenting on price. Okay, so changing the subject a little bit. All right. How mine were way cheaper. And then this person says, duh. And telling me about using oregano and black pepper YL oils in a salsa recipe. And then this person says, yuck, in all caps. So I do cover price in my videos. So I have a playlist that covers Young Living, doTERRA, as well as Melaleuca essential oils. Covers a little bit of the benefits, the uses, the pricing, retail, wholesale. So you can kind of see in general, how each company does and even the internal use or not. Again, I'm not going to drain the topic of internal use because the short answer is it depends, and the long answer is it's in my videos. So we'll go with that. This person then goes on to say, at this point, I'm just doing the oh, interesting, cool, minimal customer service thing. Okay, so they're just kind of, going with the motion, little head nod, but not really, stating what they believe, which is probably why they chose the anti-MLM thread and subreddit post, because that's where they're really, able to get a lot off the chest, clearly, because they're like, okay, you're a customer, so, and then on anti-MLM, they're like, this dude, like, anyway, here we go. Okay, so then this person goes on to say, then he had my intention when he said, did you know 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equal to 17 cups of peppermint tea? I looked him dead in the eye and said, would you drink 17 cups of peppermint tea in one setting? Okay, so, the attitude is coming out a little bit now. It was like the 17 cups of peppermint tea is what set it off. Here we go. Then goes on to say, no, you wouldn't. That is my exact point. It's not that you will drink those many peppermint cups of tea. It's that it's equal to that in therapeutic value and benefits to your body, mind, and other areas. So it's talking about the potency. And so, context is important. When I teach my classes, and it's with doTERRA oils, it's more of like the concentration is, 1 drop of peppermint oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea due to the quality and potency. So, I don't know where he's getting his numbers. I got it off of the Natural Solutions handout. And then, if you need like more verification of sources of that, I can give that. But I'm just saying, like, it's not about, trying to drink all that. It's about letting you know about the potency. Right? So essential oils are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs, and at the same time, a real world example is giving you, how much it costs per drop, which is roughly 8 cents with doTERRA's peppermint, and then how many cups of peppermint tea it is. So again, even if you throw out a number, you still need to verify it, right? Make sure the sources are reliable, but then also understand what's the context and the reason why it's being said. All right, so then this person goes on to say, he was baffled and started kind of mumbling something, but at that point I had said my piece, and I knew that it was up to him to realize how ridiculous and made up it all sounded. YL man proceeds to mill about the shop another few minutes and then finally made an exit. I know it won't be my last encounter, and this subreddit has been very helpful to have more backup when these folks come in, and to clearly have a dumping ground for all your rants as well. To have a location to have anti-MLM discussions about people that you disagree with but don't know how to say it really appropriately. Alright, anyways, here we go. And then, there's a number of comments all up in here, right? The comments just keep going, everybody named Mama chiming in on this one. Good night. At this point, this one has 1.1 upvotes and 86 comments. So, that's decent. That's decent. And, what's the lesson learned, you may be asking? Not everyone's going to like or agree with what you say, what you do, how you say it, how you do it. I think, it's important to be able to communicate that you don't agree with something or don't like something respectfully up front, instead of like bottling it up and just kind of being like, yeah, okay, yeah, you giving me money because you're a customer or whatever, but I'm gonna go to the subreddit and really rant. And one could say, well, Lance, aren't you doing the same thing? And it's like, well, I'm processing through YouTube, but I'm also letting people know that there's a lot more to the story when it comes to internal use versus no internal use of essential oils, because like I said, the short answer is it depends on the quality, the brand, the frequency, the amount that you use, what you're using it for. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and some people may be like, well, if it's that complicated, then the answer is no. And then some people are like, well, I'm a certified aromatherapist, or I know somebody that does, and they swear that you should not do it, or they say that you shouldn't do it, take it internally. And I have a video on that, talks about that. And basically it comes down to, like I said, the quality, the quantity, the frequency, what you're using it for. And when that's not factored in, I think it's people aren't being as objective as they can be, and not as fact-based, right? So anyways, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you did, hit subscribe for future video updates, and make sure to check the links in the description below so you can continue to get your learn on, and I'll see you in the next video.